Hey, welcome back to the Deep Well podcast. Glad you're here. I want to ask you something. How many times have you told yourself at the end of a long school year that summer is going to be different? Kids are out, you got a little more flexibility, and we're finally going to get consistent with going to the gym. And the next thing you know, July rolls around and you realize the gym hasn't seen you in 3 weeks. That's what we're going to talk about today. Why summer, the season that feels like it should make everything easier, is actually one of the hardest times of the year to stay consistent with your fitness and anything else in life, and more importantly, what you can do about it right now before the season gets away from you. So let's dig into it. Here's the thing that nobody talks about. Summer feels like freedom, and in a lot of ways it is. You don't have school pickups, no homework battles at dinner, no alarm going off at 6 a.m. But here's what actually happens for most parents. The schedule that was keeping you accountable, the tight and somewhat exhausting routine, is now gone. And then it turns out that routine was actually doing a lot of the heavy lifting for you and keeping you accountable. When your day has structure, your workout has a place in it, whether it's at 6 a.m. before the kids get up or right after drop-off, lunchtime, it has a slot in your day, it's expected, and it happens like it's on autopilot. Well, when that structure disappears, your workout loses its slot, and something always rushes in to fill it. So whether it's later that day, you're saying I'm going to do it later that day, or you decide to go to the lake, or a lunch runs long, a kid needs something, another kid needs to get dropped off somewhere else. And none of those things are bad, but that's just what summer is like. It's life. So here's what we hear from members every single fall without fail. They come back in September, and the first thing they say is some version of this sentence. I felt terrible this summer. I knew I would. I just could not get it together. And then they have to spend the next 6 to 8 weeks working on clawing back the fitness that they lost from inactivity over the summer. So now they're more frustrated than if they just had stayed consistent. And that cycle, the start-stop pattern, is just exhausting, but it is avoidable. So let's talk about what's really at stake, because sometimes we underestimate it. When you go off your physical routine, even if it's just for a few weeks, that physical setback is real. Your strength starts to dip, cardio drips faster than most people expect, and then when you come back, the workouts feel so much harder. The physical piece is actually not the hard part that hits, or not the part that hits people the hardest. It's the mental and emotional side, because when you come in, and we hear it over and over, when people stop working out, even if it's just for a few weeks, they sleep worse, their energy dips, they're more irritable, less patient with their kids, less sharp at work, and that all stems from that lack of activity. So here's the part that really matters to parents specifically. Summer is actually one of the highest demanding seasons of the year, because when your kids are home, there's activities to coordinate, trips to plan, long days. You have a lot of people in a small space usually, and you need your energy, you need your patience, you need to feel good. And the version of you that's been consistently showing up to the gym, that person handles summer better. They just do. It's just the way it is. Workouts make us feel better and handle things better. It's one of the things we talk about a lot at Deep Well, is the idea that taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's actually one of the most generous things you can do for yourself and for the people around you, because you show up better for them when you show up for yourself first. The 1 hour that you spend taking care of yourself is not time away from your family. It is what makes you the parent, the partner, the person that you want to be for the rest of the day. All right, so how do we do this? How do we find that consistency throughout the summer? Let me give you some real practical things. First, schedule it before summer starts. Not, I'll figure it out as I go. That never works. Sit down this week, put your workouts on the calendar, and for the next month, treat them like a doctor's appointment. Something you reschedule, not something you skip. All right? 3 days a week is plenty. You don't need 5. 5's great if you can get it, but don't stress yourself out over it. You need consistency, and 3 sustainable workouts beats 5 chaotic ones every single time. Second, you need to lower the bar on purpose. All right, summer is not the season to hit a personal record. Summer is the season to not lose what you've built. So That's our goal for summer is maintenance. All right. Maintenance is a legitimate goal. Give yourself permission to hold your ground rather than expecting big leaps in your fitness. All right. The mindset matters. It's going to keep you going. The person who says I can only do 30 minutes today and goes, that person wins the summer. The person that says it's not worth going if I can't do a full session, they end up not going at all, and then they lose their fitness. And then anchor your eating around one solid meal a day. Summer eating on its own is a challenge. You've got cookouts, ice cream, irregular schedules. You're not going to eat perfectly, and you shouldn't try to. But if you can commit to one genuinely good meal a day, solid protein, vegetables, something real, it anchors everything else and takes the pressure off the rest. And the fourth thing is to use a structure that you're already familiar with or that already exists. And this is where coach classes become a real advantage, because when you come to the gym, you don't have to think about what to do. You just walk in, the workout's written, the coach is there. Your only job is to walk through the door. That removal of decision making is huge in the summer when your mental bandwidth is already stretched thin. So you're not building a workout from scratch. You just show up and we guide you through each and every part of the workout, and you leave feeling accomplished. So once you get done with this, listening to this podcast, I want you to open up your calendar now and block out 3 workout slots for next week. Write them down and be specific, and don't leave it. Don't put it in a spot where there's a chance of something coming up. If you know that I can make this work, do it. All right. And then tell somebody. All right. Accountability is such a big piece of this. If you don't have accountability, it's really easy to push something off. And then if you've been thinking about starting or coming back, and this is your moment, all right, don't wait until September and when you'll say, I'll start to something when we get back on a routine. Come in now, get to work, get that routine as we head into summer. And then when September rolls around, you're going to be in a much better place. All right, so as much as we love summer, it is definitely one of the hardest to stay consistent. So take these practical steps, schedule it in your calendar now. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep showing up. And when September rolls around, you are going to thank yourself more than you could ever imagine. So if you're ready to do this, if you don't already have a fitness routine, we would love to welcome you here at Deep Well. We open our doors to anybody that wants to come in for a free consultation. It's a no pressure sit down with one of our coaches where we'll talk through what your goals are, what you're looking for, and what programs or services best fit your needs. And if you're a member here at Deep Well and you just need that accountability, tell me, tell a coach. We are here. We want to see you. Our goal is not to be like other gyms where you pay and don't come. We want you in this gym. We want to improve your health. We want to improve your life. So be consistent, set your routine, set yourself up for summer right now, and don't let this be another September where you look back and think, oh man, I got to do this all over again. All right. I hope that was encouraging. Thank you guys. Enjoy your summer. We will see you in the gym, and we'll see you next time.